Hey, Yavi and Jenny, this is all your show school us on rehab costs.
Awesome. Alrighty. Hi everyone, this is V with eXp Realty. Welcome back to our weekly Tuesday training. I'm sure each of us have buyer, seller that looking for repair a home, either to freshen up to list on the market or they purchase a property and want to remodel it. Also, we probably ourselves or we know somebody want to buy a house, flip and then list on the market, right? We realtor. The tricky part for us is how to estimate repair costs because this is so important on number and our profit. So I'm so excited to have here Jenny, our team. She is the flipping queen. She done so many deals in the past. Welcome, Jen.
Hi, good morning, everybody. As you already know, some of you already know, I'm Jenny. If you don't know, this is Jenny. I'm part of Team Legacy. My main focus right now is flipping houses and Airbnb. I also buy and sell our own flip houses. So yeah, I hope today can help you guys have a good idea on how to estimate repair costs.
Let's start off with statistic. What is the number that you're flipping right now?
For the last 5 years, we counting on over 100 flips for the last 5 years.
Impressive, impressive. Okay, to start off, can you give us a brief review why estimate repair costs accurately is so important in house flipping?
Yeah, it's very important. It's actually very important because from the repair cost, that will determine how much you should buy the property and how much you should put in there. To have a right flip, you have to buy it right at the beginning. So that's the most important thing.
Right. With the market so tight right now, it's really hard to find a good profit piece that we can buy. So if you don't mind sharing with us, what is the normally a return that you're looking for or like an average nowadays?
I'm focusing on flipping houses under 300,000. I like that range. So we're looking forward to make at least 30,000 on each flip.
Okay, so that is pretty much a net after everything, right?
Yes, that's the net after everything, after repair, tax, and everything.
Awesome. What is your typical timeline from acquiring the property to repair and then list on the market?
Basically, we trying to shoot for 1 month from when we acquiring it to when we get it list on the market. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, but we try to shoot for 1 month.
So I guess it's depending on how much you go and rehab the property.
How much repair?
Yeah, because
Yes, how much repair?
yeah, but the longer you're sitting on it, the more expended you have to spend on it.
Exactly. The longer it sit on the market, or the longer the repair take, more money we lost. So we try to shoot as fast as possible.
What are some of the common mistake new investor make when they estimating repair costs?
I would say most investors underestimate the holding cost, the soft cost. They don't encounter it enough in the timeline and the flipping. So it's gonna cause a big chunk of money lost in their profit, but they don't realize it.
But this piece is hard to estimate though, right? Because when you start tearing up the sheetrock and more problem and you find out more issue, then it tend to stay longer in the market. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. It's pretty hard, but you have to, for myself, I try to include it in my repair cost at the beginning. So count it on the repair cost. For example, if we repaired the house for 2 months. So and then plus 1 month we buying it, plus 1 month we selling it with the financial with of all the financing process, it's gonna take total about 4 months. So trying to calculate 4 months of holding cost and include it into your repair cost.
Okay, great. So if you're able to accurate inspect the house and figure out the bullet item what to fix, it's probably a bit easier for us, right? In real life, in fast pace, sometimes you got a house from a wholesaler, you probably don't even have time to go look at the house, or you have to able to look online real fast or like in and out real fast. So in reality, if we don't have time like this in the fast pace, what is a key item you focus on to estimate the total repair costs? And what is a major thing that you focus into?
It is an estimate, so it's never be accurate, but we're trying to be as much as accurate as possible. We're trying to look for the most expensive item in the house, which is like a roof, an AC.
Mhm.
And when we don't have time to bring our contractor with us, because we have to buy it at the same time when we're looking at it. For the AC, it's pretty easy. I'm not saying it's very easy, but it's pretty easy when you go into the house and the house occupant. People live in the house, they tend to have ACs on. You can go to the AC condenser outside the house and see if there's a hot air blowing outside. If there is, the AC is still good. Try to look for the roof. Sign of minor wear and tear is easy to look at. What else? Let me think. Roof, AC, and then foundation. Foundation is the other main concern of the flipper. So trying to look for those signs of the crack on the brick, cracks on the window. For those signs that you can see what kind of estimate you need to have.
Okay. I'm just gonna get you right on the spot right now. What is the average to replace the roof, foundations, and AC?
Average, it's hard to tell. Let me see. The roof right now, I can tell is average about $250 to $300 per square for the roof. So
Mhm.
it's depend on the material that you're using. Of course, when I focus on lower end of flip, which is under 300, I'll tend to use average material, not trying to use very expensive one. So that's for the roof. For the AC, is depend on what brand you're using. Train right now, we can, for 5 ton, it's gonna be about 7 grand, 8 grand. Depend on your contractor, if they have good relationship, if they have a good buying history with the carrier,
Mhm.
they can have it cheaper for you.
Okay. Okay, so next questions for you here. How do you ensure that you get the most accurate quote from contractor?
To get the most accurate quote from contractor, first, I believe we have to get 2-3 bid at a time so you can compare. The other thing is we need to know the basic cost of the material of the thing that we want to do. Do research, do a research and go to all the group, investor group, contractor group, and see what other people paying out there so you have an idea.
When you
Okay.
estimate these costs, or when you get bid from contractor, does it normally include labor and material, or you pretty much get buy your material by yourself and just negotiate on the labor part?
Most part, I will let them include the material. Yeah,
Mm.
because they have sources, not Home Depot, not Low, but they have other sources that buy material for cheaper than what we used to pay for at Home Depot.
Yeah, that's great. So it's more win for both parties, for them and for us as well.
Yes, yes. But of course, you have to make sure you have to come to the job site and make sure what type of material they're using.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, so what are some of the strategy you use to manage all the unexpected repair costs? Earlier that, we pull the sheetrock out and we find out issue with electrical, or thing that's come up later on. How do you manage this unexpected repair costs?
If unexpected is unexpected, so you have to expect the unexpected. Right, so when you do the estimate, trying to overestimate a little bit, so you can have a cushion to fall down. And what the other thing is, trying when you negotiate the buying amount, the buying price, try to negotiate it down a little bit more so you have more cushion to fall
Do
for
you
the
have
unexpected.
do you have a percentage of the negotiation part on the buying and the buffer that you add to your costs?
I would say I will buffer about 10 to 15% of the total repairs.
Okay,
That's the most case. Yeah.
so 10 to 15%. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
How do you track your repair costs throughout the project?
I'm very simple. I'm not very detail oriented, so I just use Google Sheet, Excel. Yeah, whatever I spend, I just put it down. Yeah.
Did you have a template or a spreadsheet? The was thing you do over and over, right? Do you come up with a spreadsheet with all the repair items and the costs and all the calculation that you already built in?
Oh, I need to do that. I need to improve that myself.
Okay, okay.
But now it's because basically everything pretty much the same for every flip. We have foundation, we have paint, we have plumbing, we have countertop. So very pretty simple. It's not as much as you think. So I keep it simple.
Okay, okay. So what are the most common red flag that you normally look for during the property inspections that consider high ticket in repair costs?
So like I say, we have 3 or 4 high ticket item, which is the roof, the AC, the foundation, and then so trying to look for the sign of it when the home is occupied and most like a hoarder house, it's pretty hard to see those. But try to look at the AC, the roof. When the roof is high, especially when the house is 2-story and you can't look at the roof. When we can't look at the roof like that, we have to budget for it. Yeah, try your best to look for the sign of the wear and tear. Try to see AC is working or not. Try to see the crack. Did I answer it? Your question?
Yeah,
Did
yes,
I
I
answer
think
your
you do.
question?
Yes. Yeah. We pretty much looking for cosmetic is a bit easier, right? The big
Yes.
ticket item, like you mentioned, the foundation, the roof, and the AC, those a big chunk of your expense, which is eating to the profit. So of course, that is something that we need to look for. I guess
Yeah. And
for
when you can't see, yeah. So when
yeah,
you can't see, just budget on it.
yeah.
You gotta budget.
Just like you say plumber, is that because of course we cannot really see plumber, electrical, right? Is that also a big portions of your expense as well?
So for plumbing, try to look for the material of the water line. Is it galvanized? Is it flex? Is it PVC? The best right now is flex pipe. Next is PVC. Then it's come to copper, and the worst thing you can have is galvanized. And then when it's come to electrical, try to look for go outside and take a look at the electrical panel. In Texas, mostly in Houston, if you see electrical that is say Brian or PFE, that those type of electrical panel is not safe and is not past the inspection. So budget for it to replace a new one. And typically it will cost like 1,500 to 2,000 to replace an electrical panel.
How about plumbing?
Plumbing is harder to estimate. Plumbing is pretty hard to estimate because it's all in the wall. When you open one trick I usually do is open the kitchen faucet to hot water and see when it drains, does it have any sewer smell? If it does have sewer smell and it drains slow, which is a clog, it can have pretty potential cost to it. Might be some leak, might be some you get root into the chute line or something like that. So that's one trick that I use when I go see the houses.
I love no tip. Wow. Take note, everybody. Take note. Okay, so for these, so when you go in a house, in order to determine the cost, do you normally you list out every item, or you have a simple $1 per square foot cost to estimate for this total repair cost?
We usually do total per square foot for a repair item. So if it's cosmetic, it will be around $15 to $20 per square foot. If you have bigger item to repair, like AC and roof, it can cost from $20 to $28 per square foot.
So 18 to 20 and 28 to $30.
Yeah, if it's cosmetic, it's about $18 to $20 per square foot right now.
How is this number last year comparing to this year?
Oh, this year is much higher. Last year is already high. After COVID is already high, but this year even higher. With all the storm and tornado just come to Houston, material cost is going up like crazy. Right now, you cannot do a fence for $20 per linear foot anymore. It's going up like 28 to 30 per linear foot.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
especially fence right now, right? After the storm.
yes, after the storm. It's crazy. Right now, you can't find material in Home Depot anymore. You have to find other sources.
Wow, wow. So every year investor, we need to increase probably, was it 10-20% on increasing in labor and material?
Yes, you have to expect that. Yeah.
That is harsh. That is painful for investor, right? Because it's all eat into your profit.
It is, but even though all the material is going up, that means you have to buy it even lower. And wholesaler and sellers, they will adjust to it. They will know.
Okay. So now we go through material, estimate cost. Now we go to labor. How do you select and evaluate contractor to ensure that they do a great job, but they give you a fair cost?
Like I say, we have to know the material price ourselves and then get couple bit, if not 3, 4, 5 bits, as much as you want to compare the bit from the contractor, so you have an idea what is the average. And then I like people on time. So if I have an appointment with the contractor at 10 p.m. and they show up 9:50, I will evaluate that person more than the one show up 10 minutes late.
True, right? Is the first impressions.
Yes. And then when they don't show up, potentially they will delay your work as well. They don't show up, they're late, then it can lead to delay on your work. And they have a lot of reason to delay, but late people will have late result.
How do you find this contractor?
Mostly will be referral. Mostly will be referral. When you have a referral source is more reliable, is then you have a basic trust on them because you got referred from someone else. Sometimes we find contractor from contractor group, investor group, but to try it out, it's gonna be hit or miss. Yeah, so mostly I like prefer referral better.
So with that being said, do you tend to go with a certain contractor over and over again, or you hire new people? And what is the pro and cons on this?
Oh, this trade is high turnover. So we love to use the same contractor, but this trade contractor turnover is so high. I don't know why, but they tend to act up or jack up the price after a while. So we have to constantly find a new one, asking referral for a new one, and just keep rotating them.
Okay. Okay. What is one piece of advice that you wish you had when you first start your flipping or estimate cost for flipping?
Let's see. I wish I have a mentor, a right mentor at the beginning. We didn't have any mentor at the beginning, so we self-taught. We just do it and learn from our mistake. But if you do have a circle with where that you can find other people doing what you want to do, try to follow them, try to add value for them and learn from them. That's what I wish I had it when I first started.
Awesome. Now, because you're here, you said that. Are you open to mentorship?
Yeah, if you're willing to do the work,
Right,
fix a camera for me.
Yeah. Right. Everybody, you hear that? Take on Jenny. She is great. She's awesome. Super nice. She won't buy for sure.
Well, yeah, sometimes you find me, I'm having a resting bitch face, so you find me very hard to talk to, but no, I'm very nice. Go ahead and talk to me.
Just very busy with her own project, but very kind. I think we have a couple of questions here on chat. Maria asks, do you get the quote in written form? Do you include time constraint with the contractor?
I try to, let's say, how do I say? It's not in written form. It's not formal, written down like a contract, but I try to have it on a text form so we can have a proof going back later. Okay, you said we agree on doing this, and if you don't deliver it, I have to subtract some money from it, or I will not make a deposit if you don't buy the material. I don't see material on the job site, and I don't do deposit. So I try to have not in written, but in texting form. Yeah.
How do you negotiate and pay this contractor?
How do I negotiate and pay these contractor? Contractor work is hard work as well. So I try to be fair with them. I don't like to nickel and down with them. If I have a big spread, I'll be easy on negotiate a little bit, because when I make money, I want my people make money as well. I don't like it going down. If that price is within my budget and my budget allowed it, I'll be okay with them with the price. What is the other part of the question?
How do you pay them?
How do I pay them? I don't usually do deposit upfront. I don't do deposit upfront. So most of my contractor, I require them, either you have the material on the job site, I see it at the first day you start, then I will do deposit. But I never do deposit at the beginning without seeing any material on the job site.
So
And
you
then,
pretty much pay them the material first. Whatever they deliver at the doorstep, you pay them the material first, and then slowly you pay them the labor down.
yeah,
So
usually I do two payment. One is material deposit when I see them on the job site and when it's finished.
okay, great. The next questions I see here on the chat is what do you start ready? How do you start your repair? You start from inside, say the kitchen, the flooring, and now out to the paint, or you go with what is the order of repair?
Order of repair, which is I always start with foundation if they have foundation, because foundation can do a lot of damage to the structure. So start up with the foundation, and then after that is coming to painting, repair sheetrock, and then after that it's a change of work, but that's how I start. Basically, that's how I start first. Yeah.
Great.
It can change. It can change depend on the situation, but that's normally how I start.
So it's gonna be flexible.
Yeah, it's very flexible.
Do this contractor, do you tend to hire people that specialize for the job, or they tend to do everything altogether?
No, I don't like people can do it all. When they can do it all, there's nothing good. Yeah, you have to specialize on something. Yeah. When I met contractor, they say I can do plumbing, electrical. I have to say no. Tell me what you are good at. What you most. What's the best what's the best job you do? Not everything. What you do the best. What you do the best. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. All right, let's do some practice. Do you have any example for us?
Let's see. Let's see if I can share some case study. Share. I might need help. Disable practice screen. We can help me with it. I'm not a very high tech person. I'm very handy, but when it's come to tech, I'm pretty bad at it.
Jeff, can you make Jenny co-host too, please?
Oh, okay. I don't have the ability to share.
Oh, you can try now.
All right.
Next, next.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Wow,
Alright.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, so these are my actual flip. You can see for first case study is old meadow land. We have it this year. This is from, how do I get it? It's from the person that I know, off market, but word of mouth. So when you trying to get into flip, there's many sources you can buy the house from, which is one of them is word of mouth. So to tell everybody I do house flipping. If you have any houses want to sell, distressed house want to sell it to me, tell everybody about it. Okay, and how much I bought it for? We bought it for 180. I estimate 35,000 in repair. And the actual repair cost is always higher than what we estimated.
So that's still within the 10%,
Yes, but
right?
you have to have a buffer for it, right?
Yeah.
And the actual cost repair is more than 36,000. Why is over budget? Because when we walk through the house, we already know it's house foundation. But the thing is, we don't know how bad it is. I thought it was gonna be like 25 piers, 30 piers max, but it's end up 43 piers. It's end up as 43, 45 piers, I think. Yeah, I believe it's 45. So foundation is the worst part that you can have. Right, and we sold this house within a couple of days on the market. And while we fixing it up, the previous owner has some veggie outside the backyard, so I picked them out and then we cooked some meal out of it.
Wait, how much did you sell it for?
How much do I sell it for? The ARV is about 2.6. We sold it
One is
over
260.
265, 267. Yeah, we sold it over market price. Yeah,
Wow.
higher offer on that. See, next. All right, so yes, so some before and after picture of the old meadow house. So you see the crack here? It's damn big. After the repair foundation, it's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, I try to fix up the shower nice. Shower and the kitchen is the most part that I focus on flipping, because when people come in the house, when a couple come in the house, the best feeling they will have in the kitchen, where everybody cooking meal, have dinner together. That's the most part. So I try to focus on those areas. And then we painted the house different color. We try trendy color right now is gray and beige, is dark green and beige is the trending color right now. Paint your house with a trending color. This is the second house we saw. We saw in 2024 in Moss Tree. How we got it from a wholesaler. Yeah, we got it from a wholesaler. Price is 167. We sold it, estimate is 42. Again, the actual rehab is more than what I estimated.
So over the budget because of the holding cost. So do you have the fixing took longer than you expected?
Yes, this house take longer than I expected. It take almost 2 months to fix it up. I only estimate for 1 month, because when in the middle, when we all almost finished the project, we found out there's raccoon in the attic, and they chew up all the air. How did I say it? All the air supply duct in the attic, the AC. So we have to take the raccoon out, and it's pretty hard to take them out. I have to admit, it takes like weeks. 2-3 weeks to capture them, and then finally when we took them out, we repaired the air duct, and then we finished.
And how much did you sell this for?
We sell it for 267. Yeah, So our prime rent is pretty steady, about 260, ARV 260, 280, under 300. And this is some before and after for this one. I believe at this house, Huy and May did a video, a series video on this one. So if you click on a YouTube channel, if you follow Huy, I think you will see that the video of this house.
Mhm.
Yeah. Next one, England. This is the house pretty close to mine. Interesting house. We got it on MLS. We actually got it MLS. One morning we browsing MLS. We got notification from the MLS and we take a look at right away. So we got it under the listing price, which is 175. We estimate 35,000 repair. Again, actual rehab cost is more. Over budget item. Why we over it? Because we found out is got termite and we have to replace the whole section of wall, exterior wall, about 10 feet of exterior wall. We have to redo it. That's why it's over the budget, but luckily it's not over that much. And then we have a homeless encounter. Yeah, we caught some squatter in this house. It's freaked me out. When we in the middle of the contract, the appraisal came and they came to the house and we told them it's a vacant house. But they came to the house, they saw somebody sleeping in there under the floor. They give me a call in the morning, very early. I think it's 8 in the morning. And then I immediately go to the house, but it's freaked me out. It's freaked the appraisal out too. So I have to call the cop, and the cop asked me I want to press charge on them. Actually, I don't, but they advise me if I don't press charge, they will continue to come back. So I did press charge at the end of the time. Yes, before and after. When I have a very consistent style of rehab, everything in my rehab, white cabinet, door trim will be a similar pattern, similar color. I keep it very simple for the contractor working with me. They know what I want, and it's helped speed the process faster. And I think that should be all.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's one thing that I noticed is you're not only great with flipping, but you have great home designing skill as well.
Oh, thank you.
It's just so every single home of yours is so beautiful.
I try to make it beautiful because I want to live in a beautiful house. So I try to have it for the people, for the next person who live in that house. Try to give them a feeling of a home. Yeah, and it's really increased your chance to sell the property as well. When you have a little design and you put a little bit more attention into it, people notice, buyers notice, and it will help a lot on selling it.
One thing that I work with several investor, I realize that sometimes they need to break out the mindset of home owning and investing, right? Because sometimes people come in and remodel the house, or they pick the prettiest one with the most fancy material, but it's not gonna help you get return on the house, right? So how is your advice on this? How do you balance between pretty, not too cheap material, but still decent and pretty and still make the max return for your home?
Yeah, first of all, if you can live with that material, if you think it's good, that is good, but don't overdoing it because it will hurt your budget. And when it hurt your budget, it hurt your profit. I trying to consistent with my profit margin. So if anything that hurt my profit margin, I will eliminate that. I don't compromise it. So I keep my profit margin consistent. That's how I determine how nice it's gonna look. Another thing is I try to when we run the comp, trying to see of the houses around the area, how nice they did. If all of the houses are very nice, we have to catch up on them. we have a better chance to get choose and selling it. So don't overly do it, but don't underdoing it, because based on the market, everybody know the market.
So based on your experience, what type of house easiest to move? 1 story, 2 story, 3-2, 4-2?
I would say 3-2, 4-2 is easy to move. People typically love 3-2, start with 3-2. 1 story will be nicer than 2-story. Usually 2-story will have lower comp than 1-story, but 2-story is fine too.
Okay. And I see these houses, all of those are more than 1,500 square feet.
It depends. It depends. It's rent from 1,400 to 2,800. That we don't want is too big, because when the square foot is too big, your repair cost is going up too. It's go by square footage. So too big a house and the ARV is same. ARV is same to 260, for example. ARV is same to 60, and there's one house for 2,800 square foot, and then the other house like 2,000 square foot. Try to pick the decent one. Don't pick it too big.
Yeah. All right, at this point, we're going to open the floor to all questions. So if you have any questions, please send through chat or just speak up. I see we have a couple of questions here on chat. Let's start with that first. So the first questions I see is, what is your opinion on doing things brand new or retouching? For example, painting cabinet instead of replace with a new one.
If you can keep it, keep everything that you can. Lower your budget, lower your repair cost is better. If it's still in good condition, just keep it.
All right, just try to reuse the as much as you can.
Yes.
Awesome. To repaint the outside or remove tree, do you have to ask HOA on for that?
We do. Every single house we have to ask a HOA for the permit and the color we want to paint. Tree removal, sometimes we have to ask, sometimes we don't.
Okay. At this point, do you hard money or you use your own capital to reduce holding costs?
Oh, that's a good question. I like it. I've been waiting for that question. All right, so I love to use other people money. For right now, I don't do hard money, but I use my family money. That's the first source. Family and friends money. That's the first source that I love to use, because they already know you. They have trust on you. They know what you do. And it's easier. It's a win. So it's win for you, a win for them, right? But if you don't have that source, that privilege to have friend and family help you out with this, and then go to hard money. But remember to budget all the interest rate to the repair cost. All the soft costs is gonna hurt a lot if you don't budget it right.
Good questions. Where are you getting most of your deals? Wholesaler, off market, or MLS?
All of them. I got deal from all these sources. Just pay attention, set alert on MLS. You will have a deal come over to you.
Yeah, I like that. I see all of the example you show. One is from word of mouth, right? One is from wholesaler and one from MLS. So it's pretty much cover.
Yeah, deal is there. Deal is still there.
Okay, so the next question is, do you have a profit margin formula to guide you?
Profit formula, I don't have a formula. But typically I'm looking for more than 10%, from 12 to 18% of profit margin. If it's lower than that, then a no for me. I don't go for lower.
How can you find calm in Texas since they don't disclose sold prices?
I am a EXP Realty. I can access to the comp, but if you don't have a realtor license, you can find a real investor-friendly realtor like V here, Hui, May, Mary. I know they work with investor and they can give you a better insight. Contact them.
All right.
I think times is up. One more question, you think?
Okay. We have 2 more questions. Let's squeeze in for 2, the last 2, okay?
Okay.
Okay, the first person asked, who do you use for wholesale?
Who do you use for wholesale? That's a tricky question because there are a lot of wholesaler out there. Usually I use a smaller wholesaler because when they are small, when they are small, their buyer pool is small, and we have higher chance to get the property. The bigger wholesaler you go to, the harder you can get the property, and usually they have a lot of buyer and buy a bid up, and the good property turn out to be okay, and most cases turn out to be a worse property.
Okay, now last questions. I see that you usually go for the uglier houses that need a lot of repairs. But what is your opinion on houses that are just outdated? Would you just flip those?
Oh yeah, I will take it every minute if you give it just outdated, just cosmetic. Yeah, and it meet my criteria and meet my profit margin, I'll take it day and night. Give it to me if you don't want it. So for a beginner investor or beginning flipper, I would recommend look for those outdated houses. Easy to repair. You don't have to stretch out a lot because you don't know a lot. So go for the easy one. Start simple first. Don't go to, I mean, you can, but don't go to almost falling out house like I did. I did that once, but I learned a ton. If you do a hard case, you learn a ton. But if you want to be safe, then we'll start with the outdate one, just cosmetic one.
That's great. Thank you so much. I think for all investor and flipper persons, what we need to have the visions upon the ugly house, right? When you walk into an ugly house, normally people just scare off, but flipper they fall in love with the ugly house. So
the uglier the house, the more profit you have.
so they're able to look far beyond in the future, look into the beauty. So thank you so much, Jenny, for all your great tips here. I know we have a lot of questions, so feel free to reach out. What is the best way to reach out to you, Jenny?
My Facebook, I am very active on Facebook. Or if you want to text me directly, it's 832-231-7505 is my direct contact. Or feel free to reach out to me on Facebook Messenger.
Or reach out to Hui to find Jenny. Hui, your phone gonna
What?
blow. All right, thank you so much. Hui, do we have any event coming up?
Yeah, we do. And in fact, I was about to say the best way to get in touch with Jenny, we're going to go to the Build Conference, Sydney. If you want to pull up the flyer, the best way to hang out with us is actually go to the Build Conference, right? Because if you just text me, if you just text Jenny, sometimes we're on the job, right? And we tend to focus on the job, right? Because we're not professional teacher. We're a professional flipper. But in the Build Conference, those 2 days, we're going to put aside everything that we have. We're going to go to Dallas. We're going to hang out with our people, and me and Jenny, we just keep focusing on pouring to you guys. If you want to hang out with me and Jenny, Jeff, all the amazing top producer and leader at EXP, Build Conference is going to be the one you need to go to, and we're going to be in that. The Dallas one.
Yeah, we'll see you in Dallas.
This is time to pick the brain, everybody. Please come and have fun with us.
Yeah,
Jeff, are you coming too?
Will be provided.
that was awesome. My favorite tip was Jenny, man, put it on the hot water to the sinks and then waiting a little bit and see if you smell sewer. That was such a good tip. I never even thought about that. I always have people, I spend a ton of money looking at plumbing every single time just to see, but that was a great tip. So thank you for that. But thanks, Jenny, for the information, and V for, that was a great host. You should host more often. That was good. Kept us on
I know.
I put in the chat the link to the Eventbrite to get your build tickets, but that's the biggest event coming up is the Build 2024, and that's essentially a lot of EXP agents that are more locally to central United States go there, and it's a 2-day event, lots of training, and you meet with a lot of people. I've picked up referrals there. A lot of the times I pick up a lot of referrals, but it's just good to hang out and rejuvenate yourself back into the business. Essentially, I've been to a lot of church revivals where you go and you just worship and stuff like that, and you're so fired up when you leave. Same type of thing, but with EXP. So it's really cool. Hui, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, not only the Build event, but Team Legacy. We also host a monthly in-person training event, And the next one is actually going to be this week on Friday at 11. So if you are local in Houston, you definitely need to go to this event. It's at 11 on July, this Friday. And we're going to talk about lawn and appraisal. But me and Jenny, we're going to be there. And again, we want to give people to give up attention when Jenny go to event. When I go to event, our phone is turned off, right? We want to spend our time with you at the event for those 2 quality hours. Houston, July 19, this Friday, come out at the Cannon. And then the Build Dallas is going to be the biggest one that you should definitely go to. By all means, go to both. Those are going to be the 2 most amazing events that you can attend in July.
Yeah, and I have to say, I have to add on one more thing. Try to get to know people when you want their referral. Just don't come cold into a person and, hey, can you send me this referral, that referral? Please try to get to know them a little bit more before you ask for it.
Yep.
So go out to event, meet person, talk to them, get to know them, how they run the business. And the best thing is go to event.
Yep. Yeah. So to just to elaborate on Jenny's point, what she meant is that sometimes she get a random text and say, hey, can you send me your floor guy? If I don't know you and never talk to you, I don't even know what broker you from. I'm not going to send you my floor guy. But if you go to our event, if I know you, trust you, and especially you in my team, and then of course they're going to send you my floor guy. Just keep that in mind, guys. Go to event, get to know people. That's the best way to network.
Yeah, he put it in better way than me.
Because you have no idea, Jenny. She get a ton of requests for random people, ask for random stuff, and we don't know who those people are. It's crazy.
Thank you everyone so much for joining us today. We'll see you this Friday in person on the training and happy hour, and we'll see you by end of month for the Build event. Other than that, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And if you have any questions about EXP and Team Legacy, please reach out to us as well. Thank you everyone and have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.